Hello. We're going to go over the compact machine mod. I stumbled across this in the FTB Horizons 3 mod pack. I was kind of curious about it and went online and tried to find like a mod spotlight on it, and I couldn't find anything for the current version. This is for the 1.12 version of Minecraft. I believe the other ones were 1.10 and 1.7. It's changed a little bit from what I could tell, and I'm just going to go over it real quick to help anybody out that's kind of curious about it as well. So we'll just talk about some of the crafting items that you can do. This is the personal shrinking device. It's a compact machine wall, book, an ender pearl, and what you get out of it, you get this little device. It serves two purposes. You can get into your machine blocks, and I'll show you that a little bit later. And if you hold shift and right click, it brings up this little interface, and you can actually go through the chapters and stuff, which talks about the different types of deals of the machines, the tunnels, the miniaturization crafting. And in order to do it, you will need compact machine walls, which you can find out in the overworld just randomly. If you do come across them, I would suggest grabbing as much as you can, because it's going to save you a lot of material in the long run. So this is one method on how you can do the compact machine wall crafting. It does take an eye of ender and 8 iron. You get 3. You do need a lot, and I'll show you how the amounts stack up in a minute. And in order to do any of the miniaturization, you do need this field projector. You only get 3, so you got to double this recipe, because you're going to need at least 4 of these to do anything with. So you'll need 6 eyes of ender, 6 redstone torches, 4 diamonds, and 2 compact machines, and you'll get 6 of them, so you'll have 2 extra. They don't break, so I'm not sure why that recipe is like that. These first 2 methods, they're pretty. One's for getting material, the other one is also for getting material, but there's you can either do it this way, or you can do it the crafting way to get these machine blocks. So essentially how this works, and see, go into here, and I'm going to show you. So when you do come across these, there is this little how it shows to do multi-blocks. So this right here will show you material needed. This kind of shows you how to set it up. Here's what you get out of it, and here's your catalyst. So once you get your projector set up and you build the structure in the middle, just get your catalyst, throw it in, and it'll create the type of structure that you have. You know, it's like whatever recipe you have. The particles stay here. What that basically tells you is that you have a valid field area right here that you can make a recipe in. There is different sizes for different types. And these first 2, it's a 3x3 in the middle, and I'll show you what the distance between the pedestals actually is. So it's 7 blocks across either direction, and you get a 3x3 in the middle. So basically you have a 3x3 and then the 2 on either side. And this will create this is the tunnel recipe, which is 8 redstone around a compact machine and then a hopper. And what this does, this allows the machines to interact with the outside world, and we'll show you that in a few. So here's this, and you will get 2 tunnels out of this. As it shows, it takes 8 redstone, like I just went over. There you go. Now we actually get into the actual blocks, the machines themselves. So you have tiny, small, normal, large, giant, maximum. So as you can see, it takes 98 compact machine walls to make this, and it's a 5x5 recipe, so it's 5 width, length, and height. you get one. Your catalysts are now ender pearls. So I'll show you daytime real quick. So valid structure. Also, before I want to show you this. This is the interior, so it is a hollow structure. Close that off. Throw our catalyst on there. So this is essentially going to make this little compact machine here. So, put that down. So now that we've created a machine, take your shrinking device and then you just right click on it and it'll take to the interior. As you can see, this was a 3x3x3. Exterior is 5x5x5, but this is the space you get in. So now that structure was a 5x5 area, it's now actually a 1x1x1 in the outside world, but you're able to get inside of the machine, which is kind of neat. And I'll show you some purpose for it in a little bit. So, since this is a 5x5, I will show you the distance from pedestal to pedestal. Kind of help out with the crafting. For the tiny, I believe this is the tiny, yep. This is 11 by 11 across, and they just get bigger and bigger. Oop, I don't think that's right. There. So for this one, this is the small. This is 15 to the pedestal. It's a 7 by 7 by 7. And so the interior dimension would be a 5 by 5 by 5. As that's working, that one will come over here just to kind of help anybody that's wanting to know reference points for the pedestal placements. So for the normal, this is 19 by 19. This is a 9 by 9 by 9. So I'll get you that. Put that one there. That one start working. Ready. And then the last three, which is the large, giant, and compact, or maximum, I'm sorry. These are all the same size, so from this point on, everything will be the same. So it's an 11, the 11 by 11 for all three. It just changes the type of material, and they do get pretty expensive on the last two. So the last one I'll do a measurement on, because the other two will be the same. These are 23 across from pedestal to pedestal. The heights do change a little bit, not much. That's pretty easy to kind of just tinker around with and get them. So this was the 7 by 7. So we went 3 tall, then placed it. This was one larger, so we just, or two, it actually 2 larger, so we went up just 1. But the more important one is this. These you can get pretty easily. But also there is another deal you can do. You can do this, set them down. If you press X, it'll actually show you the different placements that you can put. And it goes away, so that's why I was doing the measurements, to make it a little bit easier. So we have that one. And these last 3 are pretty much the same size. It's 23 across. These get really expensive because you're talking blocks of gold and blocks of diamond. So let those shrink down. Once those shrink down, then we'll go over there and I'll show you what this is actually kind of useful for. Turn that off. That off. Turn that off. Put it back to daytime. So, here, and I'll show you what the actual use for this is. So, and once you go inside them, you can see how these are, you can stack them, but once you actually go inside them, they actually become a number. And when you place stuff inside them, it will stay inside there, and you can move them. Just that way, you know, if you want to know, well, if I place it down, can I move them? Yes, you can move them. As you can see right here, there is no RF in this. And I went ahead and kind of showed you what something like this could be used for. I set up a little farm here just to kind of make an energy source. I'm using the bioreactors and biofuel generators and some XNet to move stuff around. So basically you can create stuff in here. And remember, this entire room is a 1x1 in the outside world. So there's stuff you can put in here. Oh, look at that little guy. Huh. Here, I had a bat in here earlier when I was making this. So interesting. I guess mobs can spawn inside it. Didn't know that. So what I've done here is I have put a tunnel here, and I'll just show you how they work. So once you place, you can put it on any block that you can see. And what this does, this creates basically a connection to the outside world. And as you can see up in the whale up there, it's initially set to down. So as you right click, it changes it to north, south, west, east. And if you're wondering why I didn't show up, because this one right here is already to up. So you can only do to the 6 sides of the cube, you know, the machine. So the way I have this working, let's get back out of here. That's pumping power out of the machine. Oops, yeah. So you can actually see what's on the inside of the machine when you right click, just with an open hand. Or even a piece of material. Just don't use the linking device because then you'll just go inside it. It is mirrored, which is kind of interesting because when I'm inside, this is actually on the right, so it's a little weird. I'm not sure if that's intentional. But so we're going to put this here to here to here, and now we have power. So we basically have a farm, an energy farm here that's pumping power out. And I believe, if I remember correctly, that they remain chunk loaded, so the stuff on the inside continues to work. So that's essentially the Compact Machines mod. I've just kind of barely begun to scratch the surface as to what you can really do with this, but I was hoping I can make a tutorial on actually how to craft it and some of the little basic steps on how to use it. So, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment, and keep Minecrafting.